It ain't like you wasting or saving time on your hard drive.
I am. I might have limited space on this hard drive.
No, it's limited space in your brain.
And on a hard drive. I got more than 256 gigs on my brain.
I beg to differ.
Defer?
I beg to defer.
Defer.
That's like a Jamaican guy saying differ. I beg to differ.
You beg to differ. Kind of like your boy. Hold on. Oh, yeah.
It's your boy Chetana.
Who? Oh, Chet. My boy Chetana. It's your boy Chetana.
Filled it up too, Jared. Man, I do this on my own. You didn't help with shit.
Yeah, I'm glad you stopped acting like an old ass man.
After I made my grits and deer meat.
Come on.
You making deer meats too?
Yeah. Hold on.
Adarius, this man, Aaron, we was on Zoom last night doing some games with a couple of the friends and coworkers, and this fool Aaron was like, "Man, I don't know why you started at 9:30. I'm in bed. I took my contacts out. You know he planned to go to bed if he took his contacts out. He's like, I got my contacts out, already brushed my teeth. I'm laying here in bed on my belly trying to digest all this food. I got the itis." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm tired. You don't get it. Why would you start playing a game on a Saturday night at 9:30? I was like, "Nigga, because it's Saturday night at 9:30.
I don't know, Aaron. That sounds like a good point to me. You may not have nothing to stand on.
No. See, it's different for you. Like I told him, it'll be different if you, Ed, or Brandon was on it because you.
You like Devin George's older brother.
You see who Jersey it is?
Is that Lamar Odom? Stupid.
J.R. Ryder, baby.
Oh, that was Lamar Odom's number, I thought.
I know it was, but J.R. Ryder wore it first.
You like
no, Adarius.
Pass out red ropes.
Adarius, so let me tell you, if you, Brandon, and Ed were on it, it made sense because you guys have kids. You busy during the day with the kids. Start at 9:30. He had all single guys with nothing to do on it. Just started 2 hours earlier.
I feel you. That's pretty pointless.
We had all day to do nothing. Like, here's the thing. We're doing nothing all day.
I was doing stuff during the day. I had other things I was doing. That's why I couldn't start till 9:30.
Man, you wasn't doing shit. You probably slept to 12 or 1.
No, it was actually 1:30.
See, you slept till 1:30. Just drop my matcha tea.
You all right, Chris, man? You got the Rona?
My Sharona.
You got the Rona too?
And that's the thing, Jared. We had all day, dude. Just 2 hours earlier. 2 hours or an hour earlier.
2 hours earlier, you was eating oxtail. You would have been there eating oxtail unable to play.
No. 2 hours earlier, they were still cooking. I didn't start eating those oxtails after 8:30.
See, that's your problem. See, you over here.
Gave me the itis.
9:30 on a Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that Adarius is going to stand up to.
Yeah, about 2 whole minutes.
Oh, I can only tell you one thing about Adarius.
What did he say? What was that?
I hit the wrong one.
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay.
Go right there, puppy. Look.
All right. Hey, okay.
There, puppy.
I'm sure Brandon's probably is taking a little longer trying to put the little one down, but let me put my 3D glasses on so I can see y'all.
That's what Jared says right before he does it.
Hey, do I look like I'm like in a 90s music video with these on?
No, it's not the glasses. It's the puka shells.
These ain't puka, man. This is obsidian and pearls.
You look like a wind advisor in Hawaii.
Come on.
I look like I should be selling mangoes on the side of the road.
He looked like he looked like you perform weddings in Hawaii, and then when people get back to the mainland, when they go to have them annulled or check it out, they realize it wasn't official.
Yeah, you look like you sweep up for a lot of beaches. Just you still look for jewelry with them scanners.
Oh, you talking about with the metal detectors?
Yeah,
I got one of those.
I bet you do.
I can get a
Why is your
Taj
picture, Jared? Why is your picture not clear?
My picture not clear. What are you talking about?
It's kind of fuzzy. I mean, it's like Adarius looks sharp. Do I look sharp like the sharp image?
I don't know.
It like you manage a juice shop in Compton.
Yeah, but it's a sharp image though, right? In my juice shop. like your image look real sharp and crisp, like high definition. Jared's look like one of those 1980 TVs.
Yeah, Jared looked like the Missy Elliott video.
When you used to watch it on CMC Music.
Ooh-ha. Got you all.
Gotcha.
Got you, y'all.
Respect, you don't know.
I will show you got some fire ass Jordans I'm working on, but you got the record button on, so nope.
You got some.
Jared, turn it off.
What?
I just want to see it for a second.
All right, hold on. I don't know where this recording.
All right, don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off. Then don't turn it off.
Darius can show us. He show us the end of the show. All right. Well, Brandon.
Hopefully I can just skip out of here when the end of the show comes. So
Brandon is running a little late, but I guess we can start without him. So. All right.
Jesus
Hold on. Give me 1 second. It sounds like crackhead out here fighting.
Aaron's got a full 180 view with all the windows in his room, so he can see where the fight is happening.
Hold on. There's a crack fight somewhere I gotta attend to. Hold on.
Yeah, shit been crazy.
Hold on. There's a crack here fight I gotta go watch. Give me a second.
All right. So I guess we should start the show then.
Let's do it.
Adarius, can I get a letter?
D.
D.
Put that D all around there. Go ahead. I can't wait. Go ahead. Huh?
Daffodils. Dandelions.
Of course.
Deadbeat daddies. Dildos, didgeridoos. Django. Dembele.
What?
Dembele. That's Aaron's favorite soccer player.
Come on, man.
They're gonna jump.
You didn't say his name.
They're gonna
right.
jump. What do you mean how to say his name right?
Dembele. You said Dembele.
Negro, you gonna try and coach me on how to enunciate words?
Give yourself a magic moment.
Hey, I just said Dembele. I put an accent on it.
A Nigerian magic moment.
Anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Look! Oh, we got the fourth member of the crew coming in. Let me get ready to start that once he gets in here. Oh, there he is. Can you hear me?
Oh, Beef Varnado. Oh my God, Beef Varnado.
Beef Varnado.
Beef Varnado.
Yeah, we waiting.
It's all pork over here.
All pork on your fork, baby.
Brandon, we're about to start the show, so we're just about to kick it off. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
By kick it off, that means you're gonna kick yourself off.
Hey, Brandon, can you turn up your audio a little bit? You're coming in a little low.
Beef Varnado.
Brandon coming in low?
I can hear you guys pretty clear. Brandon was a little bit low. What's up, Brandon?
All right, can you hear me now?
That's better.
Let's play around with this.
Speak into the mic. Jamie DeWolf it.
Actually, think about the headset. I mean, that'll probably be better because the mic's closer to your mouth. Thanks.
Oh, you got a mic in that headset?
Yeah.
Speaking to the mic. That's what Ella said.
I haven't heard one of those in a long time. Welcome back, Adarius.
No problem, guys. Welcome back. You know what I'm here for. Don't play with the sound effects.
Give a gosh darn.
Wow. I won't even compete with this guy.
Birds flying over a woman with big breasts.
Wow. Still at it.
Still, yes.
Same tactics. Different disabled man. Same tactics.
Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, I gotta put my mustache on. Hold on.
Come on, beef Varnado. I might have to put on my jacket since y'all are getting fancy. Hold on, I'll be right back.
You got Brandon. We on here with Adarius, aka Pork Banana, and
come on, man, put that goddamn.
And we all here with Aaron, aka Devin George's older brother, out here. You know what I'm saying?
It's Isaiah Ryder, baby. 1 year with the Lakers, only played about 20 games.
And they got traded?
No. He finished the season up. He just kept getting in trouble. And then he was on the playoff roster. Then they deactivated him for the playoff roster. So he got a ring.
You know, you was doing some shit when you was getting in trouble in those days.
Yeah, get in trouble back in
Oh damn! Darius came over here wearing his mama's curtains jacket. What is that?
Yeah, no.
Come on.
I'm good. No.
You look like a dude who moved to Quebec from Miami right now.
Yeah, you like the same thing, but exchange dude for girl.
All right, well, let's start the show.
Let's start the show then, nigga.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's play some basketball.
Jared, we couldn't start the show because you're doing these stupid ass sound effects, man.
You jealous because my mustache is getting nicer than yours.
Jared, that's turf that you stole from all of your school districts.
And how I sound right now, Jared?
Sound good.
Like a pedophile.
Like a pedophile. Jared, the one looking like Jared looking like a pedophile when he got to go and tell everybody that he got to check into the neighborhood he just moved into. Like trying to wear a mustache, so that way when he take it about a couple months ago, shave the mustache and then take off the sunglasses.
These are my 3D
selling ice cream.
These are my 3D goggles, so I can see y'all clear. That's why I wear these.
Start selling ice cream.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna. You said what?
You go into Costco stealing all the toilet paper, you come back with a mustache.
Yeah.
Pedro.
I think Brandon sound lower than before.
Yeah, Brandon, you sound lower than before.
What's going on, man?
Stop buying those. Stop. You doing like Pedro, buying them cheap ass microphones.
Why you wearing your PlayStation headset?
It's not PlayStation.
That's a Pedro move. Pedro wears PlayStation headset on the computer and then some cheap ass phone headset on PlayStation. Talking about, wait, you can hear someone coming from over there, Aaron? You hear a gunshot right now?
That's hilarious. All right, what is going on with me today?
And turn up Brandon's volume, bro.
Just stop wearing your PlayStation headset.
Turn my headphones on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You were really loud earlier. Earlier, you sounded really good.
Yeah, it was better with the other ones.
No,
This is Brandon on the chat.
when you didn't have anything on when you were talking to me earlier when we were setting up, it sounded you were nice and loud then.
All right, for sure. Let me unplug this. How's that?
That's good.
Yeah, but he don't want the family to hear him hearing you acting like a fool and Adarius cursing
First
you
of all,
out.
like I tell people who want to be guests, you're responsible for what you say. I can't be responsible for what y'all say. I think my daughter's asleep now, so y'all just go at it.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Well, then, Jared, go fuck yourself.
All right. Well, we're gonna start the show now.
Once I'm naked, no bullet can affect me.
Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score or watching the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us on at High Score 510 on the Instagram, Twitter, and the YouTube. And you can also check us out on at highscore510.com. Shout out sponsorship. Aside from that, we are here with
This is Aaron Grayson III, Mr. AG, also known as AG3, also known as AG Smooth. Coming at you like Lolo Jones, quarantined but needing less attention.
It starts with buses, but next they will want to integrate schools and restaurants. And before you know, some nigga will want to integrate the sweet pink nether regions of your white wife or your white daughter.
Wow. That's a lot.
Did nobody do that to Lolo Jones though? You see her on the ice bath. What's up? Yeah.
She's done every challenge in quarantine.
No, she was on the Kevin Hart Ice Bath Challenge, the TV show, and she was talking about she was waiting until marriage, even though
she's still waiting. I think she's lying by now, Jared. Somebody ran up through there.
She said Blake Griffin was a bad kisser, and then she was talking about it keeps her on edge because she's trying to be a top tier athlete. So she says she's difficult to work with because she's always on edge. Apparently,
that sounds like more for like a guy than like a woman. I don't ever hear that. She's just full of shit.
We gotta get some definitions of what she considers being a virgin is, though.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, oh man, like I ain't let him come inside of me, so then I'm still a virgin.
Yeah, she gonna tell me she a virgin. I'm in the marrying her, and then on wedding night, she over there trying to sneak a balloon full of ox blood in there in the bed.
That would mean technically Jared is also a virgin because he's only had fingers up his butt.
Oh, yeah, fuck y'all.
But he still tells people you'll feel him the same.
He be telling people he lost his virginity at Berkeley High.
Man, it was my 10th grade year, like my second year at Berkeley High.
It was my 10th grade year at the high, man. let some girl finger my butt.
Hey, Aaron, your dog's hair looking more and more like that Colombian soccer player Valderrama.
Come on, man. She got that quarantine cut too. Me, her, Brandon.
And we are also here with
Brandon, aka Taco Pablo. Happy to be on the show, man. Looks like we ain't gonna be in the same room together for a while.
TP. TP, Taco Pablo.
Here we go.
TP.
No, man, all bitches are the same, just like my hoes, I keep them broke. Wake up one morning with some money, the subject to go crazy, I keep them looking good, pretty, and all that, but no dough. When I get a bitch, I got a bitch. Right on.
Obviously, Jared was watching those black exploitations.
Jared's a walking black exploitation.
The modern day.
And we are also here with.
My name is Adarius. I'm just simply known as the owner of the podcast. I ain't got nothing else to say other than Jared will be receiving a cease and desist at some point. So I'm just here making sure legally there's no liability on my end. People know that I still own the podcast. So when I decide to sue Jared, there's no discrepancies.
All right.
It look like LeVar Ball owe him money.
This is what happens when Tracy Morgan. This is Tracy Morgan 50 days into the quarantine.
You look like James Dolan's black sex slave. That's what you look like.
The fucked up thing is I got this suit tailored before the quarantine, and now it don't fit.
You got
like big on you.
You got the Addams Family shoulder pads in there, bro. What's going on?
Nah, that's it. I'm playing.
You got the shoulder pads straight from the 90s.
For real.
Yeah, man. Somebody sleeping in my bed. Taking my place.
You got that Hawaiian pork jacket on. I see.
Oh shit! Almost popped out this shit. Ooh.
Yeah. All right, here's your sound by Adarius.
No, I don't want.
You been since yesterday, knuckle. You been fucking around?
Nope.
Let me smell your dick.
That was damn baby boy. That was baby boy.
I gave that one to Brandon too last time he came on the show for the first time. Mm-hmm.
Jerry, you sure my sound working?
Yeah, your sound's good. I hear you. I hear all y'all.
See my box turn green when I'm talking. That's why. Oh, there it is. It's kind of late.
Yeah, no, we're recording. And my name is Jarrett, aka DJartt, with two T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jartt.
I'm gonna kill you quick. You made me shoot one of my boys in the back of the head.
All right.
So exciting.
Hey, shout out to Harlem Nights sponsorship. It is on Netflix. Make sure you catch it while you still can. Okay. I had to go buy it on DVD a couple years ago just because it was on Netflix and off. You never know what's going to come back.
How often are you watching this movie, Jared?
What's up?
How often are you watching this movie?
You know, I watch it, when I need a good laugh and just a good pick-me-up, I'll put it on. Because, unlike Life, which was a very depressing movie, Harlem Nights is a very uplifting movie because the brothers win in the end.
I agree.
They win. Win.
Not one of those fake wins like in Life.
Yeah.
They sitting at a Yankee game.
Sitting at a Yankee game like, man, all I want to do in my life was make sure I lived to my 90s and make sure I got to one baseball game while I spent the rest of it in jail in Tupelo, Mississippi.
It's a cheap-ass seats.
He's like,
I missed all the Yankees titles, too.
I want a nigga stealing my cornbread every day, and the only dude that could get out of the motherfucker was a dude who couldn't get right, named Bokeem Woodbine. Yeah.
He didn't die, though, did he? Did he end up dying?
Who? Bokeem Woodbine?
In the movie?
You know how they start.
I think they all died of old age.
Yeah, they all. Yeah.
Oh, except for them. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, they survived everybody else, and then they faked their own death and escaped at the end, so they can go watch a baseball game.
But they never show. But they never show having the can't get right though. Remember, then they were still with him.
Oh, he went to the baseball league. Remember, they took him to the league.
I know, but like is that death, my nigga? Like I'm asking, did he die?
Oh, he probably did die. Probably at some point. I don't know. Never know. But at least he got out. He got out in his prime too. He's baseball playing age, so he had to be in his no more than his early 30s probably.
They would have let you out too, Jerry. You would have been the can't get right or kickball.
They would have me on that dodgeball. They had me on. Man, I was thinking about putting up the dodgeball poster from Davis when I was on the 24-hour tournament poster. Balling. I almost put that up right here so everyone can see my exploits of being a second place winner.
You should have put it up. You should have went ahead and put it up.
I was a second place champion.
I'm so glad I didn't show up that night.
Yeah, that's the smartest thing you did.
Bro, you could have been there with Pal.
That's night Ben flipped his car over, so that was a great night for me not to show up.
No, that was a different night.
Wait. Ben flipped the car too?
Yeah, some 24-hour event. Jared invited us to. I remember Jared still being on work.
And wasn't Powell in the car that flipped?
No, just Ben. Powell probably flipped.
Powell flipped a couple days. There was a day before that with the frat brothers on the 80.
They both flipped.
Yeah, maybe. I think Ben flipped on somebody's lawn.
Now I see why they got so many bicycle rules in Davis. Y'all fools didn't know how to drive. Not only were you sitting around the house smoking with dry dicks, you didn't know how to drive either.
Privileged white folks, man. They're always doing
wild flipping shit. Cars and shit. I got my same car. I try to make sure a car go 300,000 miles. These motherfuckers flipping them.
Anyways, let's get to our news segment. Y'all ready for some news?
Yeah, I'm over here watching the news.
Y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's exactly what Jared gonna do.
In our first news segment, let me get this. Let me make sure I read this correctly. This is a sports news article. It's pretty interesting. Idaho became the first state to ban transgender women and girls from competing in women's sporting events. The male sex law targets high school and college athletics where transgender women have been having perceived unfair advantages and setting records in different sporting events in the last couple of years. So Idaho is the first state to ban transgender women and girls from competing in women's athletics.
That's a slippery slope.
Shout out to Idaho.
It's a real slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. That's a hard one, Jared. I don't know how you're going to bring that up. I don't have the answers or opinion.
I know how Jared's going to bring it up because he's mad now he can't compete in Idaho. I know exactly why he brought that shit up.
Don't hate, baby. Don't hate. No, man, I just thought it was interesting. It's been a point of contention amongst the sports world that has been something like you said, Aaron. It's a slippery slope. People don't want to talk about it. I think it's interesting.
Hard. I mean,
it is hard because we're at the precipice of a moment in time when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, gender identity, and sex and gender and all that, you know, spectrum of life and how people identify. And so it's interesting to see during a pandemic that they're still continuing to pursue other legislation, and Idaho is the first to pass this legislation to not allow transgender women to compete in women's sports.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I feel like, you know, it's one of those things where you got to let people hopefully, you know, challenge themselves and face, you know, or pursue their, whether it's their dreams or just a form of recreation to express themselves and actualize their physical embodiment and experience. But I do understand that there has been, you know, some you know, instances where transgender women have you know, dominated in certain, you know, I know it's been track and field and weightlifting events have been the main ones where excuse me, there's been like state records set
and kickball
and kickball where I dominate.
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling.
Dodgeball.
Amateur boxing.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder, like, I guess
teaching.
I guess, is this something where do you create another category, or is it like, I think this is where we're still, you know, learning how to navigate the identity component, is like, do we create another sport, you know, subdivision, or do we just accept it wholly, or do we, like what Idaho's doing, is rejecting it in a very strong way?
I mean, well, you think, would you watch a transgender league or event take place? Right? Like, where's the money going to come from to put on the events? Number one. Number two, like, I mean, I think you should have to, like, you should be able to take estrogen or testosterone to then compete against somebody. I feel like you're doing it all natural. You want to just say you're a woman. All right, fine. Like, do that. But like, you don't have to, like, all the medication to help you do that. Like, you shouldn't be able to take that.
Yeah.
Especially in a physical contact sport, right? Where somebody else can get hurt based on like your biology, right? So if someone's fighting a dude, or a transgendered woman is fighting a woman, right? Like, she biologically has more bone density and like more strength naturally. So I don't think they should be fighting anybody.
Yeah. Well, Fallon Fox, I remember she was an MMA fighter, and she, I don't know, I haven't heard much of her since a couple years ago, but I know that she won her first few fights, and people were saying it seemed unfair or whatnot.
I saw one of them. It did seem unfair. It seemed like it was domestic abuse.
She was just like, boom, boom. It was man punches versus girl punches. There's no offense to girl punches. Like, they got form, but like, you could probably take like a good like 8 to 9 girl punches. This dude was like, that shit was crazy. Like, straight standing up, just like, fuck you. I'm about to, like, nah, man. If you're gonna be a transgender and you're gonna be an MMA, you gotta only windmill. That's the only move you can do.
Like, you're only allowed to grab their hair and windmill.
That's it. All your transgender ass.
You gotta stand like this too when you come in.
Yeah, you gotta hold your titties.
Hey,
it's a tough one, Jared. I can't believe you put it on the docket.
Hey, man, it just
happened
this past week.
We about to get kicked.
We ain't getting kicked from nothing, bro. We talking about some real stuff right now. I think it's interesting. I think that y'all should, you know, ruminate on it a little bit. I think y'all all brought up good points, though.
Sounds like
this is my advice. Leave Idaho if you're a transgender model. It's not a good place for you to be. I mean, athlete. It's not a good place for you to be, period. As a transgender, probably. There's probably more safer havens for you. I know if you're growing up, it might be hard, but, you know, have that dream and go somewhere else where they'll allow you to play and compete.
Yeah.
And until then, transgender athletes in Idaho, there is a stay-in-place order. You're not allowed to play outside. You got to play inside.
Or you can play in Beaverton, Oregon. I got an address for you. I got an address for you to go play at. There's a guy there. There's a guy there with the pineapple jacket. You know, pineapple's a symbol of welcome. He has a pineapple jacket for you. All transgender athletes, Beaverton, Oregon.
Aloha. Adarius wearing his poi jacket. But I think it's
a Mr. Potato Head. You look like somebody did a caricature of Bob Marley on the beach.
A bad character.
Bob Marley covers. I got a guitar here. Somebody hold my guitar. I got my guitar over here.
4-minute sketch. Go.
Hey, I think the most important thing though is Idaho, condemning or suppressing the rights to be transgender in general beyond the sporting thing. Like the rest of are you being discriminated in your ability to practice religion? Are you being discriminated against in your ability just to live and maintain a job? And those are most important. Sports is like a secondhand thing, but is a component of our identity in our country. So that is still important in certain ways. But are you able to get the medical attention you need and to deal with some of the issues or the challenges that also go into that transition and that process, and just the medical care you need as a person that is transgender? So I think that's most important. I just thought it was interesting because the article highlighted that, but I didn't see anything in there about whether or not people are being discriminated against in any other way in the state of Idaho as transgender men or women. So I think that's a higher priority to me, but it's definitely in the sports world. It's part of our content. So I thought it was interesting. All right, let's move on. Any final words? Anybody want to say anything else about that?
Anybody else want to talk about Jarrett's sport going out? It's like all these other sports are like literally done. Jarrett's like, look, just know that the transgenders of Idaho have no chance.
They can't. Hey, what they need to do? They could do like the Big Three and do their Big Brother TV show. They could have a transgender version where they have a house where all the transgender people get in and they have TV show and they play tournament and stuff.
With all the stuff going on in the world, I just don't know how we got here.
Well, that was also a part of the article. Is they're like, at this time they're gonna focus on banning transgender athletes from competing in athletic events, and we got a pandemic going on.
This is the time to get the shit passed real fast.
Probably. Conspiracy brother starting to tingle.
Oh boy, here we go.
Whoa!
I think he might have something else on his screen on the side and a little small thing going on.
Conspiracy brother.
I'm starting to get a tingle. Hold on. Let me click off of this P-Hub. Hold on.
All right. He throwing $1 at his monitor.
Well, our second news story. Get through this real quick. Happened this week. I think it was April 1st, which I thought it was an April Fool's joke, but it wasn't. This is a real story that really happened. So this week in the news, the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, finally ordered a shelter-in-place order for the entire state, and canceled all the rest of the school year for K-12 schools. Okay, he came out and said new information within the last 24 hours came up to let him know that asymptomatic people can transmit the disease. It was April 1st when he said this.
No, he's been late. You don't know one mayor today, yesterday of a coastal town this morning called him an idiot.
Oh, so then after on the 1st, which was 4 days ago, he finally came through and said, in the last 24 hours, he said in this press conference, you can watch it. In the last 24 hours, we just found out that asymptomatic people can transmit the disease and that it could be way worse than we thought. Motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker. The last 24 hours. That means that, so you 2 to 3 weeks behind. Then yesterday or 2 days ago, he reopened the beaches. In his shelter-in-place order, he reopened the beaches in the state, or he allowed the beaches to stay open.
Some people just getting the memo, Jarrett.
Some people just getting the memo. But here's my thing.
Shout out to LA.
Hey, where are they telling y'all?
Finally closed the beaches.
Where are they telling y'all to go when you want to find out how to prevent the spreading of COVID-19?
CDC.
CDC.org. Can anybody tell me where the CDC headquarters?
It's in Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. So the motherfucker that runs the state where the CDC is headquartered at didn't know this shit until 24 hours ago on the 1st.
You're forgetting his name is Trump Jr., Jarrett.
Brian Kemp?
That's the mayor of Florida. He's Trump.
I'm talking about a governor. This is bigger than a mayor. Like a mayor, a mayor could be somebody who.
There's been several governors who are very stupid. The governor of Florida, the governor of Georgia, who they've been like doing exactly what our administration are done in the beginning, their presidential administration. They were denying it. They were doing this. They were slow. Luckily, some of those cities out there have really good mayors who already had a shelter in place in order, already was trying to do things. And so, yeah, can't be surprised. Can't be surprised.
Jared's always so surprised.
I was kind of surprised. It's a governor of a state.
You're the real idiot.
Governor of a state. Not to mention, there was already like people coming down with the Rona throughout Georgia for weeks up to before that. Right? They found they found an employee at a chicken and waffle joint. Now that's a big problem. Chicken and waffle joint. Somebody working there got the Rona. That means a bunch of niggas got the Rona now. They prepping your food and they got the Rona. All them niggas eating there probably got Rona now. All them beautiful.
Especially since they serve you water with their fingers in your glasses like this. They be bringing over your water. Here you go, baby. Here you go, baby. I think that's the way the Waffle Houses are trained to bring you their cup of water. They bring it. They carry 3 cups with their fingers in it like this. Here, baby. Here's your water. Got it. Mama got your water. This is your first time to Georgia. This is your first time to Jacksonville. This is your first time to any city in Florida. I got your water right here.
Get your little finger water, boy.
Exactly. They might have had the Rona for a long time, Jared.
Ain't nothing wrong with the finger water.
Well, I don't know. I found it was kind of striking, and I was in awe that it was a governor to just the information. He said that we just found out the new information within the last 24 hours on April 1st, that he just found out that asymptomatic people can still spread the virus.
Jared, he was writing party lines, man. He was writing party lines, dude. He had to stay true to the party.
You don't say that in your speech, though, when you address the media. You don't say, hey, I just found out in the last 24 hours that asymptomatic people can spread it. Motherfucker, TMZ, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that the Street Spirits had it on their pages 3 weeks ago. I bought it from somebody.
I don't know. I ain't buying no Street Spirit. I didn't buy them before because I didn't want to touch them. I really ain't touching them now.
I bought me a Street Spirit.
Street Spirit. My auntie sells Street Spirit, and I still wouldn't touch them.
Hey, it's a 25-year anniversary, bro. I bought one a month ago.
That's nice. You probably got Rona.
Probably did. Hey, man, you can't be playing like that, man. They gonna come get you.
Mm-hmm.
ISIS.
Come on. Well, anyways, hey, what do you expect? It's Georgia, I suppose.
It's just, yeah.
It sounds like Jared just got off a conference call with Professor Griff and Dr. Umar Johnson.
Bruh, that dude, is he really a doctor? Because that fool, I think he's a scam artist. He's like
a doctor, like Dr. Dre, doctor.
He looked like he has all the hallmarks of a scam artist. He's
a Nigerian hoaxer.
Dude, he's like, you can't wear no non-black garb and blah blah blah. And this nigga wearing a suit and tie like he's going to a black tie event. I'm like, nigga, you wearing the hipster horcrux of European garb right now, and you over here talking about niggas can't be wearing stuff that's European style. I was like, what is wrong with you?
I like how you tried to rep your bootleg ass Instagram, hipster horcrux.
Shout out to hipster horcrux sponsorship.
No,
he always trying to throw that in there.
It's a real thing, guys, and one day maybe you guys will realize it. Maybe one day.
People stop showing up to that weak ass Instagram site.
It's not an Instagram site; it's a page. Well, I stopped posting on it as much. I don't really post much on it. I got to post more on it. Tap into hipster horcrux on IG, y'all. Some real shit on there. Adarius's beard is one, and so is that jacket, and so is that scarf. I'm gonna screenshot this, Adarius. I'm gonna post you on there and say this is a confabulation of a confused Negro who is buying into all the hipster horcruxes possible.
Jared, there is nothing hipster about Adarius's signed O.J. Simpson Buffalo Bills scarf.
Thank you. My shit is fire, dog. They got a stab hole from where he actually cut.
That's how he signs it. That's how O.J. signs his shit.
He said,
You're like, can I get a signature, O.J.?
Bye-bye.
Hey, somebody on an OJ fake account on April 1st said, I did it.
That's fucked up. You follow an OJ account, Jared?
No, I just followed. I synced it on Twitter.
It's a fake OJ account.
He's like, this fake OJ account that I follow, he's still posting.
It's not the real. I follow the real OJ. I follow the real OJ, and all his tweets are hilarious. The real OJ.
I think you better all follow the fake OJ than the real OJ.
Yeah, go back.
He might actually be following the OJs, man. I don't know.
Hey, shout out to what is it? What's it?
Levert, Eddie Levert, baby.
Eddie Levert.
Eddie Levert.
Sponsorship.
For the love of money.
R.I.P. Gerald Levert sponsorship.
And Sean Levert. He lost both his sons.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah. Adarius, you kind of look like Gerald Levert.
Sure, you kind of look like.
Say, baby, hold on to me.
Adarius, take that hat off.
Special kind.
How much craze you got going in there, Adarius? How much craze you got going in there, bro? You should be Eddie Levert for Halloween, Adarius.
Put a picture over Brandon right now when you edit this of Gerald Levert. Baby, hold on to me.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
You know what Jared asked me before he got on here? He said, what did he say? He said, what did you say? Do I look like I'm in the 90s right now? What did you say?
Huh?
The glasses. He said, look at the glasses. Do they make me look like I'm in the 90s? I said, nope, but the pooch shows.
That Pablo right there?
Oh, yeah. That's a Gerald.
That's Gerald Levert.
With the shirt. I say he looked more like Gerald. Eddie was small. Eddie was thin. The father was thin.
No.
The father is thin, Jared. He looked like the two sons were kind of big. They were on the husky side. They had meat on them.
Look, here you go, right there. Who that? That look like a dog.
That's Eddie. Eddie looked a little more shady than his sons. Like he looked like he could be in a movie. You know, looked like Delroy Lindo could play him in a movie.
Hey, we should do. Hey, I want to see a biography movie of Danny Glover played by Delroy Lindo.
It could be Delroy Lindo or that guy that always plays the shady black guy. Remember he was in the Brothers and he was what's his name? He was Home Dude's father.
Bucky Woodbine?
No, I'm about to look this up.
Wait, what movie we talking about, Aaron?
The Brothers. What's it called? The Brothers?
Four Brothers?
No, it was just the Brothers.
Hold on, which one is the father and which one is the son? They both look like old ass.
Right.
The one in the back is the son, and the one in front is Adarius.
Come on,
that's his daddy.
Hey, Jared, look up Clifton Powell. That's who Adarius looked like.
Oh,
I mean that's who could play Eddie Levert in the movie. Clifton Powell.
Berkeley High School back in.
He went to Berkeley High School.
No, I'm about to tell you a story. At Berkeley High School, I forgot what was the year. Probably
he played Pinky.
02. Yeah, he played Pinky.
Click on those images.
02, they had a celebrity basketball game at Berkeley High, and Terrell Owens was there. Diamond from Players Club was there. It was pretty lit, but Clifton Powell fouled Terrell Owens, and Terrell Owens looked like he wanted to punch Clifton Powell's face off.
Terrell Owens might have got his ass beat. Clifton Powell not somebody I'll mess around with.
No, Clifton Powell was scared. Clifton Powell was a senior citizen compared to.
He was probably scared because he didn't want to go back to jail.
No, because this is when Terrell Owens wasn't playing basketball. He just had mental problems.
That's true. But I still, let me tell you, Clifton Powell is on my dark alley, don't want to see. Him.
I don't know if I'd be that nervous.
And I ain't paying you.
That's it. There you go.
That's the Pinky we know.
That's the Pinky we know. Who is this Negro? Who that dude? Who that dude on the right?
Covered by Brandon. I can't see him.
Who is that dude? That's Aaron.
You can move Aaron. You can move the cursor of the page.
If I move it, I'm gonna lose all my photos.
That's Aaron.
Who is that dude?
Years. That's Aaron in 15
Come
years.
on, man.
Oh shit. Anyway, hey, Clifton Powell got the nice mustache like me and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that black Hitler mustache.
that dude looked like somebody just took off.
Look at that one. Look at that one. Look at.
Damn. Take a picture.
Clifton Powell looked like the guy when the church basket go around the offering basket. He's taking money out.
The other dude looked like he was a referee for Mandingo fights.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Shout out to Clifton Powell.
Shout out to Clifton Powell. He bought his mustache where Jared got his.
Hitler is it's a new place, new hipster place on
Hitler's
Telegraph called Hitler's Closet. Hitler's Closet.
It's a boutique. It's a boutique.
Come shop at Hitler Exchange.
Oh shit. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's get into some sports topics. Sports topics.
Sports? This is a sports show?
Enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie.
Yep. Let's get to some sports. I got a couple sports topics. Some real fun sports topics. The first one is excuse me, I gotta fix my stash. The NBA. Oh, actually, let me rephrase this. Things are getting bad for ESPN to the point where they're trying to figure out whatever the fuck they can do to create new programming because sports ain't happening and the TV shows they've been doing are all dependent on sports. So they're trying to figure out a new event they can create. So they are pairing up and in deep negotiations with the NBA to put on a horse competition. A game of horse with high-profile players and players from the NBA will be able to convene in a game of horse against each other and play in in isolation at their own home gyms and courts and whatnot. But yeah, so currently ESPN is planning to put on a game of horse.
I mean, I only watch if Stephen A is doing the commentating, but you know.
I only watch it if they bring back like old players and have them play in their backyards. Because the one thing I don't want to see is one of these NBA players with all this money and they quarantine in some big ass, 2,000 foot square. I mean, not 2,000, 200,000 foot house with a full basketball gym and shit like that. I want to see, you know what? If they do it, I want a comparison. I want LeBron James to be in it so we can see his mega house. Have Curry, right? And then have some weak ass fool who, on the bottom, like Quinn Cook's house, right? And then have
I mean Quinn Cook's apartment.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Have him shooting on a Nerf, right? He got to shoot on a Nerf. Jordan Jammer in the back room.
Like you got to shoot from your knees. He got one of them door hanging hoops.
And then get my boy Isaiah Ryder, J.R. Ryder, in it, and he's like shooting the wastebasket or the clothes hamper. That's the only way I want to see it. It got to be like that.
Roommate filming it.
He got his roommate filming it on IG Live. That's the only way I'll watch that shit. I don't want to see some rich ass person in some big ass house sitting there. I'd rather watch Lolo Jones do nothing. Bench press.
Why hate for Lolo Jones today?
I don't know. I just, what? It's the thing.
They're players, man. They're all rich. They all got houses. They all got trainers.
Not all of them do. Not all of them do.
Aaron, my question is, would you rather watch Lolo Jones do nothing or a Mia Khalifa movie?
Probably Lolo Jones sleeping on her couch. While turned backwards, Andy Cap style. Right? Like Andy Cap, that old cartoon. Her turned backwards is better than watching Mia Khalifa movie. Mia Khalifa, who claimed she only made $9,000. She needs to give it back. I watched one of them scenes recently. She needs to give it back. I put it on to go to sleep. Last night. Remember when you was trying to get on that Zoom call? I put on a Mia Khalifa movie and went to sleep. That's sleep I had during the quarantine.
Aaron's lullaby is a Mia Khalifa thing.
Yep. And it was supposed to be a raunchy one too. Put me to sleep.
Yeah, and that's what you doing these days, man.
That's probably why he didn't get on last night. He's like, man, I ate all this oxtail gravy. I got the itis, and I'm just going to put on a Mia Khalifa movie. He probably fell asleep in 2 minutes.
Dude, it's faster than I'll get off that phone.
Oh, shit. Hey, so my real question is, since ESPN is struggling to create content, what are some other, events or competitions they can create and put on that you would watch?
I would watch. I brought this up. I would watch the apartment Olympics. That's when a bunch of niggas just run around their apartment doing regular household things, like taking the trash out as fast as you can, or doorbell dishing niggas on different floors. The winner, Jared suggested the winner gets their rent paid for the whole month. I think that's a fascinating idea. Also, I got one. You could have just like Attack of the Zombies or even Tag. You just unleash one nigga in your building who got corona, and then you just gotta fire through the particles. If you catch it, you lose. Obviously, you lose, nigga. But you should just try to win. All right, that should be a good game.
Nah, I think you should have people walk around Aaron's neighborhood blindfolded, try not to step in dog shit.
That'd be impossible. You could also have You can also have what I like to play. It's like Frogger. It's like I call it crack pong, and it's trying to maintain your 6 feet of social distance away from a crack addict because they don't know what 6 feet social distance mean.
They don't.
Like,
They don't.
I'm walking, and one of them told me, one of them, true story. I got stabbed last night, back of my neck. Can you check it for me?
Go on with that, man.
Dude, she was like, can you look? What does it look like? I stabbed in the back of my neck. Can you help me out? I'm like, God damn it. I'm supposed to be keeping 6 feet distance. I'm not looking at a stab wound on the back of your neck. So I like to call it crack pong. Pong. And it's how do you maintain 6 feet of distance away from crackheads while walking down my neighborhood?
Well, they were out at Trader Joe's last week. You know how you got to line up to go in the store now. So you got to wait, like you might be in line 20, 30 minutes before you get to go in the store. And so all these crackheads know they got a captive audience. So they just try to get closer and closer and closer.
Wait for you to get money so they walk away.
Toss money.
You give me money, I'll leave.
Exactly. You give me money, I'll back up 2 whole feet.
But we got a plan.
They probably walking up with rulers. You see, that's where 6 feet is. I'm not in it until I get $1.
Yeah, I feel.
Damn, that's a smart crack move, man. I would. Oh man, that makes me want to panhandle.
Come on.
That's good.
I mean, he was out there like, man, all I need is $10, and he was just going up to everybody.
All I need is for you to move.
Oh no, a couple white ladies just turned around and walked away. They're like, I'll come back later.
I know. I'm not dealing with this Negro.
Yeah, man. It's real
Damn.
out there.
Wait, so I had to run because I had some bacon cooking that I forgot about in the oven.
Come on.
I was eating some of Adarius' family members, so
hardy,
har. I was to take a cut of your cheek and put it on some pork belly. Anyways, Aaron, you said you had a crack Olympics?
No, crack pong.
Oh, crack pong.
It's like ping pong, but with crack addicts, and you trying to make sure you stay within 6 feet.
Oh, that's tight. Okay, sorry, I missed that. Damn it. Any other games y'all can think about?
Ella Frogger. Ella Frogger. That's where you call up. That's where you call up all Jared's ex-boyfriends, and then you run around the street and have them try to chase you without getting hit by a car.
You stupid.
Ella Frogger, nigga.
All right. Well, yeah, man. So ESPN struggling. I think they could do a steel wool challenge as one of those tenant Olympics or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who can scrub their apartment down the fastest and wear out a steel wool pad? The fastest could win. That's a month of rent right there.
Well, the crazy thing about ESPN though, they don't do a lot of sports, right? It's mostly them talking about sports.
Yeah.
They show basketball, they got football Monday, but other than that, that's what they got.
Man, I'm paying for ESPN Plus right now, and they ain't got shit going on. They like, man, you
ain't cancel that?
Man, I'm so mad. I can't even watch the obscure sports they was offering. Like, man, you could see Southeastern Indiana State versus Little Prairie College. I was like, I don't want to watch the women's soccer teams play right now. And they got that going on. They got a lacrosse game going on. All that got canceled too now. So now I can't even watch shitty sports.
What do you think about the NBA playing all their games in one stadium now?
In one stadium?
Yeah,
Vegas.
Quarantining all the players. And then just having them play out the rest of the season just in one stadium.
Good luck with that,
nigga. They wouldn't travel anymore.
Dude, so some games going to be at midnight?
basically a game every day of the week.
They gonna quarantine all the IG models they trying to fuck too?
Well, that's how you find the gaps in security right there. This whole thing breaking down. Find out.
Somewhere.
It's pretty funny. A bunch of IG models quarantined in Vegas. That's pretty funny.
Put them all in one hotel room.
They need to quarantine them now, so that way we can know they're safe and secure when they start that up.
Hey, Ray, y'all been watching what is it, Lil Boosie and Tory Lanez do their little twerk competition on the IG Live? Y'all seen that?
No, Jared.
Yeah, I haven't got to that part of the internet yet.
Don't worry. I'm on Twitter enough where all I see is clips of these fools just sitting there and girls are just tapping in. They're lit them on her and the girls are just twerking while they're sitting there talking to them and talking shit.
What is the love affair with twerking? Maybe it's my age, or maybe I just watched too much, other films in my lifetime, and I don't see the affair of just someone sitting there just shaking with her back to me for 5 minutes.
Yeah, Aaron wants a conversation.
I want something more. No, I mean, just shaking. It's just, I'm not understanding the love affair with twerking.
Aaron's like that light-skinned dude with glasses in Players Club who was stalking her. I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you.
I just want to talk.
Nah, let me tell you, I turned that movie off the first time I saw it.
I seen that in 8th grade. We snuck in. We supposed to see Major League 3 or whatever.
I turned it off because it wasn't as funny as Friday. Those are both two terrible choices.
Hey, bro, I was in middle school. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to see some titties. That was a great choice for me. It was like, man, we can act like we go see Major League, and we just, it was at Emeryville Theater. United Artists, Emeryville. They didn't give a fuck. They wasn't paying attention.
You gotta check the statute of limitations, Jared.
I think I'm good. I think it was long enough ago.
They didn't care because they knew you was gonna be a future perv. It's like, it's okay. He gonna be a pedo when he gets older anyway.
That's reverse pedo, bro. If anything, they can get in trouble.
Pedo. Reverse pedo.
That's reverse pedo.
What's that? Reverse pedo. I like that. Reverse pedo is like keto with some monkey though.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's get into the next topic. Our next sports topic is WrestleMania.
Shout out to WrestleMania.
Coronavirus has almost shut everything down except for WrestleMania. And just to show you how strong WrestleMania is, they've turned it into a 2-day event, and they're still holding their 2-day event with no fans.
Keep getting them checks, man. That's how I would see. That's where the other sports fail, man. Like, you got a bunch of captive people who, if they get fired from this job, they got nowhere else to go. Where else you either gonna fight WWE, you're gonna be at Hood Slam, you're doing the Chitlin circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like if you're in the WWE, you're gonna hold on that job. You're gonna fight through Corona. You're gonna fight through HIV. You're gonna fight through whatever it's tell you to fight through.
Well, Roman Reigns backed out because he's immune. What's the word there? Immune
autodeficiency.
What do you got? Leukemia or something still?
He had leukemia. He beat it, but he's in remission. However, he's still like, it takes potentially like a couple years for your whole immune system and body to get back to some normalcy. And cycle out all the drugs and whatnot and things that could damage down.
Drink your little Robitussin, you'll be fine.
Just for a little tussin in there, just a little tussin. Well, anyways, yeah. So I saw some clips, and they are quite rousing clips of. There was a women's fight last night. There was there's dudes jumping off the WrestleMania logos. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. I'll say that it is going down. Let me see. Let's see. I'll find something for y'all right here. Share this screen right here. You got motherfuckers.
Which WrestleMania was it? 36, Jared?
I think it's WrestleMania 36. Yep. You got guys jumping.
Hold on. You got permission to put this shit on?
Yeah, man. Niggas gonna get sued for all this, Jared.
You get sued for this?
Just to let you know, my name is not on. I'm not condoned or condemned to Zoom.
If anybody has any questions, my name is Jared Sanders.
Man, this shit look like glow, Jared.
Yeah.
Like the entrance to Sun Valley Mall.
Come on.
I've seen that entrance before.
So I synced it. I synced this. Yeah, man. No. It was pretty interesting. I thought it was nice that the WWE is trying to still put on their event, but I also find it a little bit odd that they're doing it with nobody in the crowd, because a big part of wrestling is having like the crowd, like the chants, the cheers, what I'm saying, playing into the energy, and there's like those little notes of playing the crowd that you can't have when you are in an empty same studio. So I don't know, it just kind of caught me awkwardly. But hey,
what's the pay-per-view numbers on that? It was $60 for both nights.
For both nights, I hope so.
I wouldn't pay $60 to watch a room full of men just doing nothing.
Hamburgers yesterday.
It says the price of a Barney's hamburger. I hope that's your cutting, Brandon. Say that.
Hold on. Barney's was charging that much for a burger yesterday?
So no. So we decided we're gonna eat out on a Friday, and so we got 2 burgers, 2 fries, and a salad. $65. I was like, for what?
Curly fries, nigga. 2 large curly fries is like $15, nigga. That's a dumb idea.
I gotta look at this Barney's menu.
You better off just going grocery shopping.
Calm down,
for sure, dude. That's
Wait, so how much did it cost again?
Oh, $65, like before tip. And I bet you they didn't get a tip.
I remember one time I went with I got small curly fry, a burger, and a milkshake, and it was like $26. And I was like, well, y'all gonna have to hold everything but the motherfucking milkshake. All right? Because I already drank half that motherfucker while waiting for my burger. I was like, all right, look, just charge me for the milkshake. I got it.
Brandon, you didn't think something up the menu don't have prices on it anymore.
Exactly, right?
You didn't think that? I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, there's not one price.
Before. Like, I was like, dude, it's new Oakland prices, man.
There's
Barney
no prices
Delicatessen
on the menu, dude.
It's called the Barney's Delicatessen.
There's not they didn't put one number on the menu. They made sure that they weren't confused. There's not one number on none of the menus. I think they wrote out the word 1,000 for Thousand Island salad dressing.
Jerry, you done watching P-Hub?
No, I'm not done yet, but I'll hold off for a second.
Jerry's never really done, but you know.
My work here won't never be done.
Never be done, never undone. Hey, so it's funny. So on 316 Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, there was he was
damn
in an empty
316 became Stone Cold Steve Austin Day.
I think it's unofficially the Stone Cold Steve Austin Day because
just like 8/24 is Kobe Bryant Day,
and 8/8 is Jeff Fisher Day.
I feel sorry for. Come on, that's actually my nephew's birthday. 8/8, 1988. That's my nephew. He's born on Jeff Fisher. You're right.
Pretty good.
Anyways, all right.
So much for John 316.
Before we get there, since we're talking about dates, The Last Dance was supposed to officially, y'all. I'm just giving y'all some insider game right now. Jordan's Last Dance was supposed to start Jordan's official Michael Jordan Day all across the world, and the day they chose was 6/23, both with his number from the Olympics and his actual plan number. But since Corona happened, they're gonna go ahead and they ain't doing the Jordan Day no more. So, TBD on National Jordan Day, which is supposed to start 6/23 this year.
Well, they giving everybody out numbers now, man. I want my J.R. Ryder Day. I'll figure out the numbers later. 420 for now. We'll figure out the rest of the numbers later.
What day did Lamar Odom have that seizure? That's the day I want.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, bro.
National Lamar Odom Seizure Day.
That's where you go.
National Nancy Kerrigan lost her knee day. All right.
That's where we going, right?
All right. Well, let's move on and get into. Do you guys want to try to do quick hitters, or y'all want to just we don't have to do no.
I'll do quick hitters if we're allowed to literally punch you.
Well, I got one more topic. Then we won't do quick hitters today, but I got one more topic. Let me see where it is.
Jared does the same thing every time he goes to Bongo Burger. He looks like look at me like it's his first time. Like he's like,
man.
Yeah, he goes,
all right.
They got his picture at the front of the restaurant. He still can't figure out the fucking order.
Well,
under the picture it says, please don't give this man the restroom key.
Well, the only other thing I got really is the Kardashians are back.
Oh, they back.
They're back, and they are on our timelines, and they are taking our minds off the real world with their non-real world problems. So
Kardashians making everything better for the rest of the world.
I don't know if y'all seen, but in the last week, Kourtney Kardashian's son, 10-year-old son, started a Twitter beef with Jeffree Star, a YouTuber makeup model, talking shit about how he's spoiled, and also answering questions on IG Live, which Kourtney then deactivated because he was talking about Kylie and Travis Scott and saying that they were not back together. But then also a couple days ago, Kourtney and Kim got into a melee of sorts in the house over what? I don't know. Can anybody fill me in on that?
Just for the record, it was months ago.
That happened months ago?
Yeah, because it was filmed and it was a long time ago. It was filmed and then it just got put out.
Oh shit!
It was right. It was it was a long time ago, Jared.
They waited for the right time. They waited for the right time.
No, it's called seasonal edits, Jared. Get out of here. They waited for the right time to release this crazy information. No,
man, Jared, it took us all off that. I stopped thinking about Corona for about 15 minutes. I got to see her booty jiggle while she was trying to slap her sister.
That was nice.
It was over. I think one of them Kim wanted Kourtney to do something and she didn't want to do it, and it was over something like how she felt like she was being bossed by Kim and forced to do things she didn't want to do.
Yeah. Well, that shit was tight though. I enjoy kind of seeing that happen. That was a good little scuffle, I would say.
Wow.
Anyway. Hold on. So you just basically told us that you can't talk about UFC no more. If you thought that's a good scuffle.
Yeah, but then he was talking about this shit.
That was a good stuff, man. There were more punches landed than the Israel Adesanya and the Yoel Romero fight.
You're right. It was twice as many.
There was more. There was less kicks, only a couple less kicks, but more punches and hands landed. Couple open hand palm. Kourtney threw a nice stiff straight overhand right later on in the fight.
But Kim threw a Russian bitch slap. Like she was like, ah!
Yeah, she was like, bitch.
Yeah, she slapped that was a great sound to it too.
But just the cock back of it, she was like,
I mean, I ain't seen two brown women fight like that on fake reality TV since the first season of Basketball Wives.
It definitely made me like them a lot more.
Yeah, it made me appreciate it. Like I saw it and I watched it. I actually clicked around until I was like, I didn't do my usual avoid the Kardashians once I saw the little clip and heard the slap.
I'm like, damn, Kanye, you a lucky man.
She thick and can slap.
Ooh, shit.
All right, well, I got a new segment I want to try. It's called we're gonna watch a quick video and then you can just give a quick reaction on it, okay?
All right,
it's called Jared.
Hopefully we get to talk about Rex Ryan.
Oh, you want to talk about Rex Ryan real quick? All right, other sports news. Brandon,
we're in the middle of this though, Jared.
No, it's over. The Kardashians is over. We done.
I thought you was going. Oh, okay, good. I thought that's what
you want to talk about. We still on sports. We can talk about sports.
How we avoid people talking shit about your team, man?
Man, number one. Shout out to Tim sponsorship. Come on our show one of these days so I can talk shit to you about your team. Tim gonna text me in the morning, and I just woke up, and it's early for me because I've been sleeping in.
I was shocked. You know what I really thought, Jared? Because that text came in around 8:30ish. It was 8.
It was 9:30 or 10. It was like
it was 9:30. It was 9:30.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, Jared at 9 o'clock awake texting back. I thought to myself, he must have not gone to sleep yet. There's no way he woke up. No way he woke up to text somebody off of fucking some bullshit at 9:30.
Hey, I almost say Rex Ryan is trying to make sure he keeps his job after coronavirus is gone because they're going to start downsizing. They're going to realize who is essential staff at ESPN and all these networks. They're like, we don't need these motherfuckers who can't produce their own shit. We don't need these motherfuckers who only can say something kind of stupid every once in a while to be on here who don't really give real analysis because we ain't got no real analysis right now. They're realizing the essential people of their network. So he's trying to say some shit right now to create some kind of pub to keep him in the news cycle. That's what I take it as. But Tim gonna send that article talking about, I'm glad we don't have him. I'm like, y'all wish y'all had a number one. Stop. You give Derek Carr all these excuses, you know what I'm saying, for not having good receivers when you trade away your best receiver who is still one of the best receivers in the league. So I don't know. It was a waste of breath by Rex Ryan. You know, Kamal said it best. Shout out to Kamal sponsorship. Come on our show. He said, don't he got some feet to go fetishize and talk about right now? It's like, that's what he can go do. That's what he needs to go do. Because
you know what? The worst part about it was when he broke it down first. I was actually watching part of it. He broke it down first, and he should have just stuck to that. it was actually a great breakdown. And it was like, I didn't realize that he was so bad on the road. I didn't realize the dude had basically 20 catches total on the road. He basically disappears on the road. I didn't realize he also disappeared against that New England game, right? And took himself out the game because he was getting beat up by Stephon Gilmore. I didn't realize that either. So it was a great analysis, but then he sucks it up because he went real WWE on it and then called the man a turd. And I was like, dude, he went too far right there.
Yeah. And then he said he just Amari Cooper's split stats, even with the split stats, he still put up over 1,000 yards. He still had
great numbers.
So many touches. He put up great numbers. And yeah, he doesn't do as well on the road. That tells me something about the coaching and the game plans going into it.
That don't have shit to do with coaching, dude.
Don't
show up on the road.
Here we go. I'm gonna tell you this.
That's due with his heart, Jared.
No,
his heart.
I'm gonna tell you this.
He don't show up on the road or in big games.
I'm gonna tell you this. He played the entire season with plantar fasciitis, that's why he barely practiced during training camp. He came out and put those numbers without a training camp. So that's number one. Number two, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm gonna give you just as objective a view as possible. He put up them numbers with plantar fasciitis and Achilles soreness that started in training camp. He didn't practice, didn't play any of the games in the preseason because of those things. Came in the season, hot, bald. It speaks to the coaching of Jason Garrett and that game plan on a regular basis that he's not – Stephon Gilmore came out afterwards and said, hey, bro, he's top 2 in release and coming out of the break. He said he's one of the hardest dudes to cover in the league. I don't know what you're talking about. How you going to say that?
He covering weak-ass Miami receivers and Buffalo receivers all year. He won't say that this year. He about to play against someone who could break and release in Stephon Diggs. He going to change that whole opinion up.
All right,
Stephon Diggs get out of release better than anybody else, not Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper better than Stephon Diggs, bro.
Whoa.
I'm glad we on video.
Whoa.
Wow.
Real talk. All right, we're gonna see. Hey,
I gotta text Tim. I'm about to dry snitch.
Yeah. But all I'm saying, honestly, is that if you really want to break it down, he played the season with the injuries or the nagging injuries. Was good, and him not doing well in away settings. Yeah, that's something to be concerned about. But I'm not putting that all on him. Not to mention that they try and do this thing where they rotate motherfuckers. Now, does he not have heart? And you want to argue that he doesn't have the passion like a Dez Bryant? Maybe. I'll give you that. I'm not going to say that he's going to be somebody that's going to be out there rah-rah and wants the ball every time. He's not going to do that. He's not going to get in the quarterback's face. He's not going to call out his own teammates, though. But that was the biggest thing that everyone was hating on Dez Bryant and T.O. about, was that, oh, man, they're all me guys. That's all they do. You got a guy who's not going to complain, is going to go out there and just produce and do his thing, and is not going to put that extra pressure, the media pressure on somebody. And now he's a problem because now he doesn't have enough heart. Or now he's too poor to play on the road. Go ahead, say something, Brandon. I know you want to say something.
All I'm gonna say is that he had that injury at home and away, so you can just be like, oh man, he played well at home, but he also had that injury away. And if you're out there playing, man, like I can count that against you. If you're out there playing, if you're too hurt, then you shouldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about that. But anyway, that was first for bringing that point up for everybody, because Amari Cooper is not very good.
You think Amari Cooper is not very good? Another Raider fan, another former Raider fan over here.
Jared,
he's a good receiver. He's not amazing.
All right, we're gonna see.
Jared,
would you take him on the Raiders right now over any of your receivers?
No.
We got nobody to throw him the ball.
That's also a good point.
So you understand that Derek Carr is not the reason, or Derek Carr not having receivers is not the reason why then.
I'll take Crabtree over him.
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna take Crabtree over that fool.
I'll take Teddy Ginn Jr. back.
Yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all are tripping. Shout out to all my Cowboy fans out there. Y'all tell these fools how much they tripping right now. Anyways, well, we'll see. Dak Prescott also got to do a better job getting the ball. But anyways, we'll get to that. All right. So I got a couple videos I want y'all to watch. A couple videos. Real quick, and then we're gonna get to Cuddy Corner shout out.
Hold on, man. Hold on. You got videos. I was keeping it kind of, PG-13.
No, don't worry. It's not them kind of videos.
About to put on a flick.
Here we go.
Let me go get my towels. Turn my video off.
This video is courtesy of is posted by, shout out to Natoma Slim Albert. He's been on our show. It's a CDC tweet that he retweeted, and it says serious. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all. Share my screen with y'all. This is serious. For weeks, they told us we don't need a mask. Now they're showing us how to make bootleg masks. And this is our Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, the one who told us not to wear masks.
You can make your own face covering in a few easy steps with items you can find around the house, like an old scarf, a bandana, or a hand towel, or you can make a face covering out of an old t-shirt. Fold it to the middle.
What the fuck is naloxone?
Hold it to the
Hold
middle.
on, Jerry. I'm trying to learn how to do this.
Hold it again to the middle from the bottom.
Motherfucker doing some bad folding.
And then 2 rubber bands. One on one side and one on the other side.
I come in a country as rich as this, I gotta make me a fucking face mask out of an old t-shirt and some band-aids, some rubber bands.
It's that easy.
All right.
Let me go work on this now. You know, let's do that. Let's do that right now. Hold on.
A few easy steps.
Let's take this Laker jersey. I'm gonna take this Isaiah Ryder Laker jersey. I'm gonna fold it. Fold it again. See, literally, he know the Crips and Bloods are already ahead of this game. They already beat the Rona.
If you got a Port Authority t-shirt, then you know that shit's thick enough and that'll stop COVID from getting to you.
Let me go get some rubber bands. I gotta go get some rubber bands, Jerry. I'm about to make my Isaiah Ryder one. That's the next video.
Made one out of old comrades.
Well, I saw a video on one of like the Tonight shows or whatever. I think it was a Stephen Colbert show, and he was talking about the different makeshift masks people are making. And one of them, a dude was using a woman's bra. There's an Italian dude using women's feminine pads.
See, that sounds like some shit they do in Italy. That's why half the motherfuckers dying.
He's using the sticky parts. The sticky parts to stick to the different parts of his mouth, and it fit pretty well. And he's like, voila. I was like, damn. So another dude just used some panties. I'm trying to get my hands on that Bane mask personally, because I don't think
I got one.
You got a Bane mask?
Bro, I got hell of them. So when the house was going through the mold issues back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And so we had to buy a bunch of these like hella high grade masks, and they just happened to be in the car when we started driving up the last week, a couple weeks ago. So now in the trunk we got hella expensive ass Bane masks, bro.
Are they the masks that you use for spray painting too?
The fire's rising.
The fire rises. That's tight, man. Hey, send me one of those. Come on, bro.
$250.
Y'all see Aaron. Aaron, this don't look. I don't know if this is gonna work, Aaron.
This is the problem when you listen to some fool named Jerome to do anything.
Jerome is the same Negro that was like, stop buying all the masks. We need them for first responders. They don't save you from COVID anyways. I was like, Negro.
It look like you're making a fried chicken catcher.
That's what Jerome know how to teach.
No, Aaron, you're doing it wrong. You put the rubber band on and then you fold it over the rubber band.
I did it at first with J.R. Ryder. It came through. I had it folded in there on this side.
You look like one of General Butt Naked's little child fighters right now. That's what you look like. All right, moving on to the next video. I just want to know what y'all think about this next video, because this had me a little bit I was a little bit worried about this young brother here on this next video. Let me get it ready. Let me share my screen.
This rubber band too small. I'm just gonna have to hold it, Jared.
Stupid. Here we go.
That's a young brother?
Man, this shit is ridiculous, Jared. I was mad you sent this to me.
Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. Why you won't leave him? Cause bitch, dick too wide. Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. Why you won't leave him? Cause bitch, dick too wide. Girl, what's wrong?
Man, stop playing this shit, Jared.
Girl, what's wrong? My man ain't shit. Girl, what's wrong? My man.
Oh, sorry about that.
Is this another argument for transgender rights, Jared?
I don't know.
I'm not understanding why you put that video up there, Jared.
Hey, is it just me, or did he look like he was worried she was gonna beat his ass?
It looked like they didn't have enough room in their household to be in quarantine together.
Dude, bruh, the entire time he had an ace bandage around his wrist, which looked like he might have sprained it. I don't know if she did that to him. And then every time she walked up to him, and you saw him kind of flinch, like
you look at that. That's very high up his wrist, man.
Man, hey, I'm just saying, man, that's a high ankle sprain on his wrist.
Yeah, nobody even noticed that, Jared. How did you find that?
And she also dressing him in Rockaware Denim Company shirts from 1998.
Yeah, man, so, they had to send a loser T-shirt somewhere, right? some of them didn't make it to Africa and parts of like Burma and different other countries. They went straight to Macon, Georgia.
Man,
in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
You really don't. You guys didn't see what I saw. I saw him flinch a couple times, like he was worried she was gonna slap the shit out of him.
But that's not our business.
But she posted it on Twitter and TikTok.
You know what? That's because she probably hit him. That's why he got that cover up, because he was making too much noise playing NBA 2K in the middle of the night. That's the problem. That's where half the black divorce rates gonna come from. Brothers playing 2K and Call of Duty, screaming and shit while they women asleep. Oh shit! No, that's bullshit.
You know how it is, man. Some people are just like homosexual, man. They stay with whoever's paying the rent for them, man. So he's like,
that's true.
COVID sexuals.
COVID sexuals. You said COVID sexuals? I like that.
Homosexual.
Oh, I thought you said COVID sexuals. That's a new term. That's a good one, man. I'm a COVID sexual. I ain't got nowhere to sleep, so I started dating some really chicks that's not as attractive. So I got somewhere to sleep.
I'm definitely starting that shit. COVID sexuals.
A COVID sexual.
Jared's definitely COVID sexual.
Shout out sponsorship. Hey, well, here's the last video. This one warmed my heart and made me excited because I got some. I think we can all do some projects now. I don't know if y'all saw this one, but I'm gonna play it 1 second. Let me share the screen with y'all. Here we go.
So there's a really easy way to put any picture you want on a shirt with stuff you have at home, just like I did there. So you want a T-shirt and you want to go and print a picture out on the printer.
Oh, I've seen that.
My girl Abby for showing me how to do this. So you want to get rid of all the borders on the picture and then place the picture face down on saran wrap and fold the edges behind the picture like I'm doing here.
It kind of don't work like that, but it does kind of work like that. You'll see if you ever try it. There's still definitely a goddamn piece of paper in your
parchment paper and place it.
You gotta put something underneath it too on the inside of the shirt, right?
No, I mean, so I've seen it before. Again, you still end up with a piece of paper on your shirt. So like, that's ain't nobody talking about.
Peel the parchment paper off while it's still hot, and there you go. Now you have a shirt with any picture you want on it. You can wash it and do whatever, and there you go.
Yeah, so that is right, but they're not talking about the fact that like
it's a paper. It's not like it just printed the screen of it.
It's not like it's like a thin screen. Like it still like will crinkle after like months. It'll crinkle and start to fall apart like paper on your shirt.
See, you know what? That's my new term for Jared. Adarius, you're right. Jared is a COVID sexual. And a COVID sexual is someone who gets off on stupid, shitty videos on Instagram, Twitter, all that. That's a COVID sexual. Like he's not, his sex that he needs to get off is stupid ass videos like that and waste my time. Jared is a COVID sexual. I'm not texting this around.
Classic. I'm about to text this around. Classic case of homosexuality.
Well, thank you for watching that. I might try that.
Thank you.
I might try that. That could be a shirt you wear maybe once or twice out. Like it's like boom, and then you just hang it up in the closet or put it in a frame or something like that. Frame it so you don't get it all crinkled up. Anyways.
Come on.
All right. Well, let's get to our Cuddy Corner shout-outs.
Oh, yeah.
Cuddy Corner shout-outs. Cuddy Corner shout-outs is our segment we end the show with every week. It's a chance for you to shout.
This is how I know I should be suing you. Because Cuddy was my weed dealer. And you still use the word Cuddy Corner shout-outs. I definitely should be suing you.
You remember how that all started, though?
We started that on the first episode we recorded.
Yeah, it all started because remember the story about Cuddy came up, and I kept giving him praise for giving us shitty weed.
Yep,
and Jarrett just ran with it.
I ran with it, and I turned it into a segment. Don't be hating. I purchased. He was my dealer for a week, and he sold me some Bammer weed for a week. Me, Aaron, and Ed wasted our money.
Well, I don't know about this waste. You should have seen the type of butt tweet I could have gotten you.
No, you said I remember you texted like, "Well, you hit up my dude Cuddy. It's not great, but it's better than what you could get." I was like, "Okay."
You could have got straight Philadelphia butt tweed.
I didn't want none of the Philadelphia butt tweed, but the Cuddy shit for $120 for whatever we got was
He also overcharged you.
Yeah, that's what you told us, and I was like, "Well, I had a little extra money saved up so we could get overcharged for weed in New York." So that is what it is, but it's probably because Aaron was smoking up all the joints in Times Square. That's why we had to go buy Cuddy weed.
Dude, every time I see them lights, it just woke me up, Jared. I mean, it's like, I'm like, I got out there and became a rebel when I get to New York. When I get to New York, I don't know if it's all the old songs I used to listen to, or I'm listening too much Nas or something, or too much Cool G rap or AZ, and I just get out there in New York and I see them streets and that grind, and I just want to, spark it up in front of a police officer. My twang switch. I code switch by neighborhood, Jared. See, when you from the hood, you code switch by neighborhood. I got out there, started calling people son. What's up, money? What's up, kid? Yeah, spark that lie. Spark that lie. He didn't know that. See, Jared was shocked. Jared was shocked.
He's a COVID sexual. He don't know nothing about that.
He didn't know nothing about that being a COVID sexual.
Yeah, COVID sexual.
They're playing in Agent Cody Banks.
What you mean, Frankie Muniz, Cody Banks?
Yeah, Jerry around like he Jet Jackson.
You talking about Malcolm in the Middle, Cody Banks?
Yeah, man.
I never watched that movie, but I wanted to. All right, let's get to Cuddy Corner Shoutouts. Cuddy Corner Shoutouts is where you can, everyone gets the floor to complain or shout out something that they're happy about, but mainly typically complain or talk shit about something that is not working, that is bootleg, kind of like Cuddy's weed was. Cuddy Corner Shoutouts. Cuddy Corner Shoutouts.
It's if you let it help, so cold and bleeding now. I'm in with it, man. Gonna let you down. He had sex with my mama. We're broken people now. Shit, I need a
Hey, Aaron reading his Cosby books. Hey,
Cuddy Corner shout out sponsored Scholastic Reader. Distance learning, baby. This helping with that distance learning. Little Bill.
Hey, Aaron, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
Yeah, I got a Cuddy Corner shout out. My Cuddy Corner shout out today goes out for a phone call I had at 7:00 this morning. And it goes out to Comcast and Stars movie channel. Now, I pay a lot of money for my cable, a really lot of money. Too much that every time that when I turn on Stars West on the HD, it shouldn't be telling me I'm not a subscriber to it. Because I paid enough, so I want every fucking channel they had to offer. So I'm pissed. Because this happened like the other day, and I really wanted to watch Zombieland Double Tap this morning. I was in the mood. I wanted to laugh. 7:30, I walked the dog. I'm like, let me watch some Zombie Double Tap while I eat my oatmeal. Nah, I got to get on the phone with Comcast. They have this stupid ass disclaimer talking about because of the COVID, they sending like you might get a representative that's at home, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't care where the fuck he at, as long as he get my shit going, right, and working. And so I had to do that whole thing where they call you back. They call back in a decent time, and then they start researching. They're like, oh, I just realized this. I'm sorry, but Stars has become a new premium thing. And I know it when you pay for the package, it was part of your package, but it's no longer a part of your package and I was like, well, I still get Stars like Encore, which shows a bunch of old ass shitty movies. He's like, yeah, that stayed part of the package. That's still a Stars package. But because of that, it's become a premium thing now, and they're charging more, so you have to pay an additional $12. I was like, no, I'm not paying. They're like, it's okay. We supplemented you, though. You got this new channel called Epics and some other bullshit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? No, we supplemented. How can you send me a letter saying the Stars is leaving my shit, right? I'm over here thinking I'm going to watch Zombieland Double Tap, but I got to watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas instead because I got to go to Epix. And so my cutty corner goes out to Comcast, your cricks. I hope James Dolan gets some kind of disease from sitting at Madison Square Garden. You're all a bunch of, I think Adarius just fell down. You're all a bunch of cricks. You're a bunch of thieves. You're already overcharging. I need the Fifth Circuit, as soon as we're done with this, the Fifth Circuit in Minnesota to go ahead and break up that monopoly that the Dolan started and then made all this money and just fucked us all over. My Cuddy Corner shout out go out to Comcast. During the time I'm stuck at home, I can't get my damn channels I want. All I want to watch was Zombieland.
You know, you can watch it on Stars Premium.
Bunch of crap. You know, this is Brandon's fault. Should put Brandon part of this because he's part of the whole gig and stream economy that's fucked up my cable.
How did I get involved in this?
Because you support it. You support the shit out of it.
Yeah, and that nigga owe me $5.
Exactly.
All right. Adarius, you got a Cuddy Corner shout out?
Yeah, my Cuddy Corner shout out goes to Fred Meyer's. It's the Canadian version of Target or Walmart.
Yeah.
They named everything after a dude, just like the cookie joints.
Just like the coffee joints. Tim Horton.
Yeah, so Fred Meyer's. Just the Cuddy Corner shout out to them because they don't really have a good security in place to secure the food away from white weird people. There was an incident where somebody was in the bulk buy section of the banana chips, and I'm gonna actually just demonstrate the whole move that happened. So bear with me. There was a white lady shopping for bulk buy banana chips. She grabs the scooper. She scoops the shit into the banana chips. She then opens her own hand, pours it into her hand, then puts the scooper in the palm of this hand, shoots back half of the banana chips, right? And then throws the scooper back in the bucket and takes her other dirty hand and wipes all of the rest of the chips back into the barrel. Now, in the land of COVID sexuals, I just can't put up with this. No more. I'm scared of your white hands and palms. Please make sure you use sanitizer on everything you do. It's simple. That's one. Two, Beaverton is racial distancing. I'm starting to figure out. They just see my black ass, they're like, oh shit, that nigga got SARS, COVID, everything. I think they treat me like I got AIDS, which is okay. I'm fine with that. But just a realization that they just racial distancing. My son didn't do nothing to you. He's 3. Okay?
At least you ain't got to worry about them dirty mongrels giving you COVID or your child COVID.
Hey, Beaverton been racial distancing for years, according to Isaiah Ryder. They still hanging brothers down the road there.
And also, my Cuddy Corner shout out go to wherever flea market Jared got that mustache from.
I told you, Hitler's Closet, new shop on Telegraph.
Hitler's Exchange.
They also buy clothing from before 1942, usually in Eastern Germany.
Hitler will. It's like Goodwill, but it's bad will.
But it's bad will.
Chico DeBarge's old mustache is on clearance.
Y'all just jealous because you can't grow like this.
You do look like one of DeBarge, like adopted brother.
You look like that. Look like something that would have came out of Lizzo's armpits when she decided to shave for the first time.
You talking about Jared got Lizzo's landing strip?
Yeah, Lizzo's landing strip.
He got Lizzo's landing strip. He just turned it sideways and put it right there.
Got a Lizzo landing strip right here.
Now maybe you guys don't like the new me. And I'll get the bejeebies out of here.
All right. Brandon, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
Oh, man, we talked a little bit about it earlier, man. Shout out to my Cuddy Corner shout out goes out to Barney's. Overcharge it for hamburgers and french fries. Actually, my second Cuddy Corner shout out, I talked to you about this in person, man. Like, I feel like the longer I'm online, the more people got to tell me how bad they got it. Like, I got furloughed from my job. I ain't working right now, but I don't need to hear about how the trash man's doing bad, how bookstores got it bad, how coffee shops got it bad. Every day there's another article about somebody got it bad. We're all fucked at this point, right? Like, we all can get it. Our lives have all been turned upside down. So yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. My cutting corner shout out to everybody who has time to write these 3,000 word articles about how plumbers can't go in people's houses right now. Anyway, that's my
yeah. And I need that motherfucker Jake from State Farm to lower my insurance. I've driven 1.5 miles in the last 3.5 weeks. I need him to come out and lower my shit. Jake from State Farm. I don't care what pants you wearing, what clothes you got on. Lower my shit. Jake from State Farm.
All right. Oh yeah, it's tough times out there. Well, yeah, my Cuddy Corner shout out.
Nobody care.
My Cuddy Corner shout out goes out to it's positive and negative all in one. It goes out to our fund. It's an Oakland-based fund they're creating for undocumented workers and their families, or mixed status workers and their families, to gain some of the resources, because the federal bailout or the federal stimulus package that they're putting out, which a lot of it is going to big corporations as it is, but none of that money goes to undocumented workers, which a fair amount of them pay taxes and pay into the system. So our fund is an Oakland-based program that's trying to help those families of undocumented workers through this time, because they're not going to receive any of that stimulus package. They are not qualified to receive any stimulus package. And no matter what, many of them work jobs that hold down, help create the perceived, essential perceived living my best life reality that a lot of us have, had to step away from. And a lot of them are still working certain jobs as it is. But the reality is, we're missing out on a lot of our economic amenities right now. And for these people who are working and not able to receive any federal aid or government aid, they have it probably worse than what we would. Even though Brandon just talking about not talking about that kind of shit. But just want to give a shout out to our fund. If you want to donate, I recommend donating to that. That would be dope. Or give what you can. But otherwise, just keep in reference. We all got it bad right now, but there's people out there, like the people who are taking advantage of the long lines in front of grocery stores and using that social distancing as a way to leverage money being put in their hands, or the people who actually are undocumented workers that are not going to be supported by the government in this time of great need. Aside from that, man, my other Cuddy Corner shout out goes to Donald Trump for being divisive with the other governors, talking about, saying, if you're not nice to me, I'm not going to call you, about trying to give you aid or help out, figure this shit out. And Jared Kushner being like, this is the Federal Reserve, and we trying to save this for the federals. The states got to figure that shit on their own. All that ignorant shit they doing, it's funny, it's interesting, but it's also a lens into the dysfunction that is going on in many forms of our government, and it's just at a heightened state. And so shout him out for doing ignorant shit and being a petty ass motherfucker. But yeah, that's my Cuddy Corner shout out. Shout out to our fund, Oakland. Oakland doing some cool things. Glad that they're trying to represent, but there's a lot more cities out there.
They need to come out here and get one of them street sweepers to drive on the sidewalks. I ain't giving Oakland no credit to get some of this shit up. I like the fact they're not handing out tickets or giving street sweeping for the streets, knowing that we all home. The street sweeper, you can still pay him. He can just drive on the fucking sidewalk during those times.
The street sweeper's still coming. I seen him.
He in the middle of the damn street. I need him on the sidewalks. There's shit. There's feces. Someone threw up the other day.
That's just because that's because you live in the crack den neighborhood.
Yeah, you the mayor.
Like Aaron, you need to push. You need to go down to the assembly meetings and be like, we need more gentrification.
We can starve off gentrification if you just have the street sweep and drive on the sidewalk. Just put a sidewalk time on the day. Street sweeper, be up here on this sidewalk at this time. If you in the way, you getting ran over.
You can do how my uncle used to do it. He used to just sweep it all in the street, man. He just throw out everything, all his garbage on the street, man. He's like, I'm paying for this shit anyway.
I don't think it worked like that, man. That's some OG shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, that's our show. That's
man, it's the fastest show. Darius, I need you on the show. You got to come back, man, every time, because when you on it, Jarrett don't waste time and it don't go 5 hours.
Because he know if I'm talking about him, it's just gonna keep going. It's a slippery slope. So he's like, "Come on, man. Next topic." Because otherwise, Darius, don't start talking about how.
Me and Brandon been on some 5-hour shows with Jarrett now.
Well, just let me know. I'll come back.
I'm sitting over here. I ate a big meal before I came on because I didn't know how long this was gonna last. I got a belly full of grits and deer meat.
I got to give Aaron credit. This is the first time Aaron has been not 30 minutes late in a long time.
and I'm not rushing you because I can't believe we ended the show this year. I like to give a shout out to Jarrett for being punctual. He might not know when to go to sleep now during this quarantine, but he know how to be a little more punctual and save time.
You know when to go to sleep. He when the whole sunflower seed bag is gone. He's like, man, fuck it.
Save the next one for tomorrow. Well, anyways,
all right, man.
Well, yeah,
see
man.
y'all later.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this video. If y'all want to stay on, you can watch it. It's another one of those good videos online. But otherwise, thank you for listening to our show. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Bye, nigga.
Y'all take it easy. Keep it sleazy.
Play this video.
Hey, where the Miami Vice guy go?
He jumped off. He said as soon as he saw you play the video, he jumped off.
Well, we will leave you with this. Oh, here we go.
That shit got to
What the? Here we go.
change, bro. This shit has to change. So why did you come here? Because I felt like I was sick. Okay, and I felt like I was sick. We're the people that can help you. Okay, but y'all not gonna put a needle in my arm. It doesn't work like that. Okay, well, you can't make me do something against my will. That is not right. I'm a man. So, and I was out for that, bro. You got doctors. I was out for that, bro. You got doctors and it doesn't work like that. Even if I'm feeling bad, you cannot force me to do anything, bro. We're not trying to force you. It doesn't happen. I'm gonna show y'all. So where do you want to show y'all? If you're not gonna cooperate, I'm gonna show y'all. Why did you come here, bro? I'm gonna show y'all, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all, bro. This shit gonna change, bro. So things need to change in America. That's why everything going on right now. Things need to change, bro. Things need to change. Healthcare needs to change. We should have free healthcare in America. Other countries have it. Why can't we have it in America? That is not right. That is not right, bro. We got all these people. All these poor people. My mama needs a kidney right now, and we can't do it because we live in poverty, bro. I want to give her my kidney, and I can't give her my kidney because I'm in poverty, bro. Shit need to change, man. It's time for a change, and it's time now. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. It's time for a change now. Not tomorrow. You got to answer me. Nah. What can we do for you right now? What you can do for me right now? Is y'all can change what's going on in these hospitals. Y'all give my mama a kidney. Okay. You ever seen John Q? Have you ever seen John Q? I can beat John Q right motherfucking now. My mama need a kidney. Why the fuck can my mama get a kidney? What do you need from us? I'm talking about you. Why? Why can't my mama get a kidney? Is she not good enough for y'all? I'm talking about you. You're that's bullshit. You're in the hospital right now, right? Yeah. So what changed today? What change? Y'all ever seen John Q? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm on right now. I'll ready to die for that shit, bro. That's bullshit. My man, thanks. My mama need a kidney. That's bullshit.
Guess he thought they. Guess he.
Hold on. What'd you say? I can't hear you, Aaron. What'd you say?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. No, I think I hit the wrong button. That's why.
I can't hear you.
Okay, you hear me now? There you go. I'm back.
Oh, I got to change my sound. Hold on.
Yeah, I accidentally hit chat, I think. Yeah, man, he wanted that John Q status right there, bro.
Wait, talk now, Jarrett?
You hear me?
No, that didn't work. Talk now?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
He's trying to get that John Q status.
I need a kidney. My mama need a kidney. All right. Well, I'm out.
All right.